Do you want to look like a shrimp in your Darth Vader suit? Then don't skimp on the padding in your costume. Hey there everyone, and welcome back to SoCal Sith Lord, where I talk about the do's and don'ts, how-tos, whys, and why nots about making a screen-accurate Darth Vader costume. If that's something you're interested in, don't hesitate to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That way you know anytime I post something new to the channel. In the last video, I talked a little about the Ruby Supreme Edition Darth Vader costume. If you're interested in that, I'll put the link to that video down in the description below. In this video, we're going to talk about the chest armor, the screen-accurate chest armor. And all of the mistakes that I made along the way with it. Unfortunately, all of my documentation is through pictures. I don't have any video of it. It was before I decided that I wanted to start doing this YouTube and helping everybody out with this information. So you're gonna have to bear with me, and I'm gonna try to make it as entertaining as possible. So just a little about me. I'm 6 foot 4 inches. And that's all you need to know about me. But the actor that played Darth Vader, his name was Prowse, and he was about 6 foot 6, and he was a bodybuilder. So he had huge traps, huge shoulders, and huge pecs. Before I go any further, I feel like I should let you know that the Vader that I'm doing is going to be from the original Star Wars, so Star Wars A New Hope. So I figured, I have the height, I should be good. I can't be that far off. There are a few different options when it comes to the shoulder armor vendors. There are a couple vendors, or I'm not sure, maybe just one vendor that makes a scaled size that I think is 90% of the original size. Now, me being almost Prowse's height, I decided I'd go with the 1-to-1, and so I ordered it. And when it came, I couldn't wait to do a suit up. Now, there are a couple of different ways where you can attach the bell portion of the armor. You can do a fixed bell, which isn't going to be accurate to the movie. You can still get away with it, but I don't go with that anymore. Or you can do hanging bells. Now, the first time that I tried it on, I tried it with the fixed bells, and here's how that turned out. I didn't know what to do. How could I have ordered this screen accurate part and it fits me so awfully? It was horrible. I felt so bad wearing the costume. I even thought about wearing the Ruby's armor in place of it until I could figure something out. So I started diving deeper and deeper and deeper into the Sith Lord detachment, where I will put the link to them in the description. And I came to the conclusion that I needed to pad something and change the bells to a hanging, not fixed. So the particular shoulder armor that I ordered, the vendor that makes it sends it with 3 strips of industrial Velcro to connect the bells on each side. So one here, and one in the back. In order for me to get them hanging, all I did was just leave the one Velcro over the shoulder. Well, I guess it's all over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder right here.
And that's all I did with the Velcro there. A lot of the more slender Vaders like myself will wear a padded muscle suit under their leathers. And that's something I didn't want to do because the suit itself is already so hot. I didn't want another layer in between that leather and my skin, just to get less breathing in there. I decided to pad the inside of the armor to make up for my lack of muscle. And that was a journey all in itself. So this picture was taken with only this padding right here to make up for my lack of traps. And that was this padding right here that I got at Joann's Fabric. I found a link for it, but for some reason it's only coming up in a 6-pack. I just went there and they sold it in one. I don't remember how much it was. I don't know, $15 or something. So you could check that out. And I thought it looked great until I put on the cape and I realized that the weight of the cape pushed in the shoulder bells to where you could barely even see them. You couldn't even tell that they were there. Which, by the way, I know it's not the right cape, it's the Ruby's cape, but that's all I had to go with for the time being, and it worked out. So you can see, like I said in the intro, I look like a shrimp. You know, and Vader's not a shrimp. Vader's a big guy. I put a 1-inch strip on the inside of the bells. This is 2. I ended up having to add more. But the 1-inch strip ended up looking like this. So as you can see, I was getting somewhere, but it still wasn't quite right. So what I ended up doing was just adding another strip of 1-inch foam, and yeah. Looking good. So I tried more of a suit up, and I realized that the cape, whenever I would lift my arms, it would push the front of the bells in too far every time. And it ended up looking funny. The cape would get caught in it and whatnot. So I figured if I put a piece of foam here, my arm would stop that from happening every time it tries to slide further inward and twist funny. And then I was worried about people being able to see that whenever I lift my arms because it would go out like that. So I just spray painted that black. Still the wrong cape, still the wrong robe, still the wrong cod piece, but it's all I had at the time. Speaking of cod pieces, I'm actually going to be making a tutorial on how to make your own cod piece. So if you're interested in that, I'll be posting a video about that in the future. And I don't know what it is, but as soon as I started getting into this hobby and getting these pieces for the costume, any chance I can get, I try to put on the costume and see what little things that I can tweak and what can I do to make it sit better, make it more comfortable, and look better. So let me know if that same thing happens to you. We call it OVD, Obsessive Vader Disorder. Now here's just a little clip of me moving around in it that I happen to have. Hopefully this video can give you a little insight on what it takes to get a Vader costume fitting right. Now, not all of us have the same body type, so it might take you 1 inch of foam or 3 inches of foam or no foam. You know, it all just depends on how it all fits on you. So please keep me posted if you are creating a Vader costume. I'd like to see how your journey's going. And if I did anything wrong, or if you think that I could have done something better, please let me know, because I want to make this costume as comfortable as I can, because it's not comfortable to wear. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to click the like icon and subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you can know whenever I post anything new. So let me know down in the comments if you did have trouble getting your shoulder armor to fit properly. And if you did, let me know what you did. Also, let me know in the comments if you decided to use some of my tactics to make your shoulder armor fit correctly. Also, if you have any questions or anything about me or anything about my costume, don't be afraid to ask down in the comments. And thanks again for watching, folks.